They alter the dimensions of life, warping space and time, extending and compressing distant horizons and immediate surroundings. They can bewilder and disorientate, yet create such a strong sense of belonging that one feels part of the living and intricate narrative of earth, sea and sky. This is a windswept elemental place, filled with colour and energy, created by the interplay of air and water with ancient geology and living organisms. Once, at day's end, after a mustard yellow and soot black storm, I watched the last cloud, domed like a cauliflower, its tops glowing red, sail past me from north to south. For a few moments it stuttered and emptied a purple shower into the sea. On one side was a rainbow. On the other, a flash of lightning. The wind begins to whip my face, and I notice a long band of indigo thickening out to the west. Only moments ago, the horizon was a thin pencil line, topped by the faint shapes of distant islands. But now it writhes as it swells. Strong winds are at work out there over the Hebrides, and soon they will arrive here on the mainland. There are changing colours in every direction. This is what happens as competing energies run towards us. Their purposes are revealed in hue and chroma, light and sound, almost as if some giant invisible hand is pouring paint. The minch turns green, then yellow, then grey. In a heartbeat it is blue, the sapphire of a summer sea. Then there is a sudden burst of sunshine and heat on my back, summer still prodding my body into action. I turn for home, and the whole valley shimmers in the sunlight. Back indoors I scribble a few notes, reminders of the sea colours and birds spotted down on the shore. My diaries report, decode and deconstruct the seasons here, breaking them down into smaller pieces and wrapping them back into distinctive parcels. Inside are bite-sized mini-seasons, each distinctive in their own way, with characteristics based on the vagaries of the weather and natural phenomena seen on croft, hill and shore. I rummage through a pile of old calendars. I create one every year for the children and grandchildren, so that they have small slices of this place in their own homes. Each year contains a mixture of sunsets and sunrises, pictures of the croft, meadows, peat bogs, mountains and coast, and photographs of approaching storms, plants in bloom, the river in flood, birds on the shore, insects feeding on wildflowers, and lambs, ponies and cattle grazing. They are my versions of calendars based on the natural world, each with pictures of phenomena unique to both month and place. Short phrases pop into my head, prompted by the images in front of me. Hints of possibility, ways of describing, of articulating how our year changes. We are all linked across time and space. From the understanding of long-term solar and lunar changes to my photographs of sunsets and sunrises. Ancient communities would measure and predict seasonal change by looking to the heavens. They transposed and interlinked the astronomical with the earthly, partnering the movement and phases of the moon and stars, the precession of equinoxes and positions of solstices with the practical needs of their communities. When to harvest grain, plant seeds and pick fruit. At a site known as Warren Field in Aberdeenshire, archaeologists found stones that record phases of the moon across a year. But when matched up to features in the landscape, create a calendar that can stretch out across hundreds and hundreds of years. The Warren Field calendar is thought to be 10,000 years old. Scientists say it would have enabled the builders to track much larger and longer periods of time, millennia before the civilizations of Babylon, Greece or China created their own complex calendrical systems. There may be one like it here somewhere, buried in deep peat. There is enough about to conceal all kinds of mystery.